What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 480th episode of the Pokemon Podcast. It's super effective. I'm your host, SBJ, and with me is Greg.
Hello, hello, hello. It is officially everything's pumpkin spice season again at my grocery store. We saw pumpkin spice marshmallows, pumpkin spice Cheerios, pumpkin spice muffins. I'm
You're
excited.
Going to the wrong store.
I am excited. Also, I once again proved that I am a Pokemon master by finding Mew in my Oreos. So I have sent that off to Nabisco to get my second certification to match my certification from Google. Thank you very much.
Will also here.
Greg's grocery store is obviously behind the times because this is the year of Apple Crisp. Apple Crisp is the flavor of fall for 2021.
Ooh, I love me some apple crisp.
There you go.
I should learn how to make apple crisp. Can't be that hard, can it?
You just take apples and get them crispy somehow.
We're talking about the cereal?
No,
No, that's Cookie Crisp.
That's Cookie Crisp. And
It's
Apple
Apple
Jacks.
Jacks.
There's
Oh,
Apple Jacks.
What is an Apple Jack?
Clearly not Apple Crisp.
Steve, how many times have you played Jacks in your life?
Probably twice.
Oh, that's more than I was expecting.
You gotta pick one up and then pick two up and then pick...
Yeah.
You bounce the ball,
Bounce
Yeah.
the ball.
and then you grab the Jacks.
Yeah. Only
That game
this
is-
time you bounce the apple and then grab the Jacks.
How come we don't have a digital version of Jacks?
I guarantee there is.
I'm sure there is. It's probably next to the, like, pour the iPhone back and it looks like you're drinking a beer. We have some Pokemon news today. The big news is the new TCG app. Very exciting. We're gonna get to that a little bit later. Let's start with the littler stories, just to knock them out.
The more miniature stories, such as the 25th anniversary of Pokemon.
First bit of news here is Mamoswine will join Pokemon UNITE on September 29th. I feel like every update, the real news is every update that UNITE has released has broken the game more.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm excited to get my broken Mamoswine and learn how to play broken Mamoswine and have them never correct it and just keep making Charizard stronger.
Yeah, they, you gotta make Cinderace stronger and Charizard stronger, and that's it. Just
That's called
That's how you balance the game. Yeah, exactly.
at least they like slightly made Greninja not as strong because Greninja was very dominant. I mean, it still is.
Still
It
is.
didn't really.
But that's before Mamoswine came.
We don't know if it's an all-arounder or a defender or its moves. I mean, it looks like it has Isoko Crash if you watch the little trailer. But it just
Everybody's
says
saying that it's a defender, which I'm like, I don't know. I think they're getting it because of the banner color. But
Because it's big, too.
yeah, it's also because it's big. But that is sizest, and I'm not here for it. I want it to be an
banner
all-arounder.
color. Where are they seeing this banner color?
On Twitter, when it hold on,
Because it's just the yellow of
it's
like
the purple on top and bottom.
just like you. Here's the hot take.
I'll send you the thing. Hold on.
There's a lot of hot takes in Unite. I got a lot
There
of them.
are.
Number one is your role literally doesn't matter. That's why
Correct.
That's why no one is using speedsters in the jungle. Speedster is supposed to be the jungle, but people are putting Ralts.
It's
People are
chaos. It's
putting-
It
wild
is
times
chaos.
out there.
Greninja, Cinderace.
What was the one that happened to me yesterday? Slowpoke. I had Jungle Poke yesterday.
That's
bad.
great.
It wasn't bad.
I had a Jungle Mr. Mime one time, and he dominated the entire game. It was really scary, actually.
It is. I keep thinking the roles are going to matter more. The only one that matters is if you're actually trying to play support as support, because literally everybody just murders you. I've stopped playing Eldegoss to try to climb the ladder because I was tired of literally being locked on by everything the minute I showed up
Really?
anywhere.
You know what's funny is I was going through the top players in the leaderboard, And they almost all were playing Eldegoss. It was kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
once you get into Masters and you can't lose, switch back. Have fun with the character you want. But on the grind, heck no. I'll go down and pop one bit out of my base, and a swarm of things are like, there it is! Murder the healer!
Yeah, I like Unite so much, but it has so many little things that add up. It's probably how people feel about Pokemon Go.
Yep.
Like, and they've been pretty good at communicating, but also there's like this blind spot of it's not that big of a deal, but everyone thought season 1 was going to end.
Yes.
And it didn't end. And they rolled out another battle pass, but the battle pass says season 2, but the rank is still season 1.
Still season 1, and I don't understand.
And so, as of this recording, there is still no end date to season 1. But if you go back and read earlier press things, it said that the first season it said something like the first half of the season.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the second half, but also there's no countdown saying when season 1 is going to end, which is a little confusing.
Yeah.
Well, just count the days and then double them. And then that's it.
And then triple them.
But season 1 was 60 days, and season 2 is only 40. Or the season 2 battle pass is only 45.
The battle pass is different. This is just like the currencies. Gems and minerals and whatever's are different. So battle passes and seasons are two different things.
So many tickets to get fashion items because I've gotten duplicates, and the only thing I can spend tickets on are the things that I have that I got the tickets for duplicates. They need to fill out.
They did add a lot to the store this second season.
I'm talking about the tickets, like when you do the loot crate thing and you get a duplicate and it says, "Hey, you get 15 fashion tickets," and you can only spend them in that fashion ticket box. I have everything in there.
You have the Garchomp?
That's not a fashion ticket. That's a HoloWare.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
The things that I get to wear, my clothes, they need to update more because I keep getting all these tickets, and I can't spend them on anything.
Did you guys look at the season 2 battle pass?
Yes.
It's so first off, the Gengar skin is super cool.
Yes.
It is very cute.
Correct. The Lucario skin is not super cool. I was like, is this even a skin? What is this?
He's wearing a NASA jacket or something.
Yeah.
Sure. NASA
also,
jackets. That makes me think of space.
They released that we're getting Alolan Ninetales HoloWare.
But yeah, they don't show it anywhere.
They don't show it. Well, they showed the Pokemon Unite Twitter showed the trailer for it, and it's very, very cute. I thought, in all honesty, because I hadn't downloaded the game, but I saw the Gengar suit and the other space suit, and I thought, oh, they're releasing a space map with this update.
Agreed. Thought the same thing.
So the other thing is they changed like all the menus, and they changed the loading
for the
screen,
better.
And they changed like not the map, but like icons on the map.
Right.
And they added more announcer voices. They did a lot.
Yes, they fixed the interface.
I haven't done the announcer voices because I still have it turned off. Because I don't need that. I don't need that in my life.
You're on fire.
I don't
That's
need
his
any
new
of that
voice
in my
line.
life.
You lose. He still says you lose.
Nope. So I thought there was going to be a space station thing, which there wasn't. The new menu is so much better.
The menus are spacey though. They're like hologram.
Although,
which is are they
always
going to change
were.
No. They're definitely more spacey now.
Yeah,
I wonder if they change it after the season.
I have an issue with, and I can't. So you know how you get a little red dot under events saying, "Hey, you have something to collect."
Yeah.
I have a red dot and nothing to collect. I have gone through that menu 15 times.
It's the stickers.
Times. No, because that's a separate
Did you check
thing.
your actual profile?
Yes.
Did you get your fair play coins?
Yes. But the events box, the box that says events, has a red dot.
Did you get your Pikachu on mobile?
Yes.
Because that was broken for a bit.
So I don't know what is what I'm missing. I have checked literally everything, and there's still a red dot, and I cannot find it.
It's the stickers.
It's not the stickers, because I went through all the stickers, and I turned them off, and I turned the red dot off.
Going back to the buffs and the nerfs, I remember, because I make these graphics where it has plus arrows or down arrows, just real easy for people to like take a glance. And I remember when the first big balance update, Zeraora had plus arrows, and everyone like, not everyone, but a lot of comments were like, I can't believe they're buffing Zeraora, and it's like, no, they're buffing. Well, yes, they are buffing Zeraora, but they're buffing the 2 moves no one has ever used on Zeraora. Because they've never buffed Discharge. And I've never seen a Zeraora player not run Discharge. Discharge is just so incredibly good.
I've never seen anybody
They've
not
never
use
nerfed Discharge, but they've never buffed it. They've always buffed Zeraora's other moves. And so when I see like certain moves get buffed, I'm like, oh, like Venusaur. Like no one's running Petal Dance, so they buffed it. Yeah, I get it. No one's running Dive on Cramorant, so they buffed it again. Everyone's running... Why would you run Dive? Surf is just significantly better. And... then I looked at Cinderace this last week, and they buffed Blaze Kick. And I don't think most people run Blaze Kick. I think people run Feint instead.
Yeah, Feint to sort of dodge literally everything you try to do.
And then they buffed Pyro Ball, which I thought was already pretty good, and now it's like even more good. I don't know. It just Cinderace feel already like. If I was to go into this last update of like the top 3 strongest Pokemon, it would have been Greninja, Cinderace, and Blastoise. Yep. And Blastoise didn't get any changes except he was bugged where the rapid spin would slow you down. You as like if you're facing Blastoise and it wasn't supposed to slow you down, and then rapid spin would let you like attack while in rapid spin, which wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Wait, I get it. You weren't supposed to hydro pump while you were in rapid spin?
No, you were supposed to hydro pump while doing rapid spin, which is fine.
I do get that he's like there's part of me, and I don't know if like League or Dota have ever admitted this, and probably will never admit it. Like if a character is overpowered, it's probably selling more, and they probably don't want to nerf it because it would stop the sales of said character.
Yeah, they won't nerf it until the new character comes out. So I expect changes after Mamoswine comes out, because giving a new character gives them a good excuse to rebalance everything because they've added a new element. So it's an easy way to say, oh, here's a new character, and now we're going to make all these changes to compensate for this new gameplay, when it's really like, we should have been fixing this all along, but people aren't buying Blastoise anymore. They're going to buy Mamoswine, which I am going to do.
Did you guys buy the Battle Pass Season 2?
Yes.
I didn't buy the Battle Pass Season 1. No.
Hey, you can get a kilt outfit. It's very kilty.
There's only 2 socks in this Battle Pass, unfortunately.
No.
The first Battle Pass had like
50.
At least 20. My second
all the
hot
Pokemon
take.
GO socks.
My second hot take on Unite before we move on is I see a lot of people in our Discord or Slack or the Twitch stream that come through, and they're like, man, I just can't wait to get to Veteran, or I can't wait to get to Ultra. I have made it to Master. And what I can tell you confidently by getting to Master in solo queue is the ranking system in Unite genuinely doesn't matter. It is the people you play with in Ultra are not any better than people you play with in Veteran. The people you play with in Veteran are not any better than Master. I promise you this. And if anything that I have learned in the last 60 days of playing this game, I would rather play with anyone who is not in Master Rank, because Master Rank people have nothing to lose. Yeah. Once you get to Master Rank, you don't have to worry about that crystal system anymore. Your number goes down and it doesn't matter. You will stay Master for the rest of the season. Like, that number is so irrelevant because no one sees it but you. And you will still be considered a Master even if you lose 30 games in a row in Master. They don't. The thing is, they don't care. Right. Those players in Masters, we're losing before Dreadnought, throw the game. Which I get, like, people do that very early in the thing, but they'll just walk away from their controller. Like,
oh yeah.
Then why are they even playing?
I
I
report
have
them
no
so hard.
clue.
But here's the thing. I am excited to get to Master so that I can try out other characters without feeling like I'm losing progress. And, like, this is now my goal to get to Master so that I can play other defenders. I can play Speedster and see if I like them without
You could do
feeling
standard
like
technically.
I'm throwing away a bunch of stuff.
Why not do standard for those?
Because the other day that I did standard, every standard match I did was a bot match. Literally, I did 5 bot matches in a row, and I don't know why. I don't know if there wasn't anybody playing in standard, but I'm like, I'm playing against bots, and the bots are really stupid, so I can't actually figure out what I am and am not doing in response to actual players because the robots charge in and back up and charge in and back up. Like, this isn't real play. It was very frustrating. So I'm like, I'm out. I just need to get to Master.
Here's your tip from League. You set up a second account called a Smurf account. That's the one you don't care about. And then you use that one to fool around with. And then when you get good, then you transfer it to your main account.
I don't want a Smurf account.
I also there are so many like there are a lot of people in our Twitch streams, or just a lot of streamers on Twitch that do have secondary accounts, and there are also lots of people that have 2 Pokemon Go accounts. And for me, I was like, I know my habits. If I have 2 Pokemon Go accounts, all of a sudden I'm buying raid passes on both, or all of a sudden I'm buying, or my other account's going to get the good stuff, and then I'm going to have to like grind heavier on that to get the like Stardust. I don't want to deal with that. Plus against it's against TOS. The terms of service you agree to, Niantic, only 1 account per person. Come on.
Niantic. I'm like, 'cause I don't think that's in the TOS for Unite. I don't think they care.
But now after getting to Master Rank, I understand why all these people made secondary accounts. It's not fun playing in Master Rank. It was more fun to get to Master Rank than it is to sit in a Master Rank match and be like, no one here is better. No one here uses their turn signals. No one here is going to Dreadnought. They stopped playing after 5 minutes because I had 2 Master Rank matches where 2 people went to jungle and they fought over jungle, which is throwing the game.
I've watched that happen. It's so frustrating. And
like they have like, what pride do you have at this point? First off, the Zeraora said they were going to jungle, Mr. Greninja. You didn't say where you were going, and now you're going to be the one that's like refusing to leave. I feel like I can't play the game. I feel like.
Well, okay, come help me get to Master Rank, and then we can not play the game together. Plus, I need to get my Lucario ears through wins.
That's true. I need to get my Lucario ears too.
Play with me. Help me.
Is that a fashion item?
Yeah, they're bad, but I want them.
Some brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl news, actually.
What?
This is off Nintendo Soup. It's just a tweet. I couldn't find the tweet. But they have the tweet here on the website, so.
Nintendo Soup?
It's a website. There's a website for every Nintendo food item. Nintendo mushroom, Nintendo steak,
soup,
Nintendo
lasagna,
Nintendo
sushi,
French silk
French
pie.
onion soup. That's silk pie. Ugh.
You know, the LGBTQA Nintendo iced coffee.
So it's a series of tweets. It says it's about the Union Room. So Nintendo of America says the Union Room is where you will interact, battle, trade with trainers all over the world in Diamond and Pearl. Easily access the Union Room anywhere in the Sinnoh region by pressing the Nintendo Switch Y button. So
it's the new Wycom.
That is the news in itself.
Not restricted to Pokemon centers.
Right. So if anyone's never played Diamond and Pearl, you had to go to the Pokemon Center. You had to go up to the top floor. So and then they have more tweets here. They say, gather with friends, family, and other trainers using local communication in the local room. Trade, battle, and enjoy activities with other trainers you know or new trainers you come across while out and about. And then they tweet, with the Nintendo Switch Online, access the global room in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Trainers all around the world can gather here in a single room for trades, battles, and activities. So there's a local room. There's a union room, which we press the Y button. And then there's a global room, which seems like the other room.
Well, I think it's you go to the union room
Yeah.
and then you pick global or
You click
local.
global or
Oh,
So
I see. I
when
thought
you
they were
hit
saying there were
Y-
3 different rooms. I
No.
see.
So here's the thing, though. How big and bad is that global room going to be? Like, Wycom is already bad. And now it's got an interface of people walking around of... So you're basically going to get, like, 30 people who pop in and out as it refreshes. I am not a fan of this idea of the global room right now because I hate the Wycom so much.
Well, it's going to be like Wild Area or like your lower screen in X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where it's like you'd go online and then all of a sudden, like all the faces
Yeah.
would scroll in.
Just scroll past in a constant
Zap.
weird
Egg hatching, oh power, please.
Yes,
Zap.
zap.
I do. It is humorous that they try a different online system every game, and they haven't
And
really.
it's always
I know people are like, "Oh, the
bad.
X and Y one was so good." It was like okay. I don't think it was like.
okay. Yeah.
I don't think it was like the thing they should have stuck with
No.
forever. And I know
mean,
people didn't like
Festival Plaza for life.
as,
Festival Plaza
like,
was the greatest.
No, it
Festival Plaza
wasn't.
was pretty good.
I mean, so Festival Plaza is how I think the Union Room's going to be, right? Like, people will just zap in and zap out like they did in the Festival Plaza when you walked around.
Wycom would be good if those filters worked.
Yeah, and they don't.
Like if I could say like Wycom or Wycom anyone on my friends list and it only refreshed people on my friends list, it would actually be incredible.
Correct.
Even more basic than that. Let me say that I only want to see things from my friends, and if I don't have any friends on right now, just leave it alone. I will
nothing.
get no notifications until
Give
one
me
of my
nothing.
friends shows up. All right? Okay,
They,
cool.
they
Thank
could
you.
have even added something like I'm only looking for fire raids because like what if you're trying to grind a Gmax Charizard or something?
Right.
Like it would kind of be probably a lot to be like I'm only looking for Charizards, but I don't. Wycom it has like it's like 2 steps away from being good. Festival Plaza maybe like 6 steps away from being good.
I think 2 steps is being very generous. I think it's as far away from being good as the Festival Plaza was.
Oh, you know they had that Nintendo Direct. Speaking of Nintendo, I want to shut down this narrative because it's really frustrating. So
What narrative is happening on your Twitch stream that's happening nowhere else?
He's angry that people are saying the new Monster Hunter is going to be about vampires. That's what he's
Oh,
trying to shut down.
I'm into the new Monster Hunter. Don't get me wrong, I'm very into that.
Yeah, you are.
This is a no, because Joe from Cerebi tweeted about it too, and people still don't seem to listen. So they announced the Nintendo Direct, right? And they said, "Man, that Nintendo Direct made me so mad." Not because there was a lack of Pokemon stuff, but because specifically in their YouTube description for the Nintendo Direct, it said we are focusing on games coming out in winter of 2020, and then they proceeded not to talk about any game coming out in winter of 2020 besides Mario Party.
ActRaiser.
So it is always possible, and there's this narrative where like the narrative is this: Nintendo doesn't talk about Pokemon in Nintendo Directs. Pokemon is too big for that, and Pokemon Directs exist, which is inherently false. This is not true. And so there was a possibility that when Nintendo on their YouTube says we're talking about games coming out in the winter of 2020, you would think, oh, they might show something for Diamond and Pearl. And they didn't, and that's fine. But that's not to say they won't ever do it. Like we just read a 3-part tweet from the official Nintendo Twitter talking about new features of Diamond and Pearl. Why? Answer me that. The Pokemon Company has their own Twitter. They have actually like 18 Twitters. They got like
have a
17 the Japanese Twitters. They got 1 English Twitter. Why did they tweet about it? Just because Pokemon Directs exist doesn't mean Nintendo Directs won't talk about Pokemon. In last year, 2020, the DLC for Crown Tundra and the other one, Isle of Armor,
Crown
was
Armor.
featured in a Nintendo Direct. That was only a year ago. In 2019, they had a 40-minute Nintendo Direct where 25 minutes was Luigi's Mansion 3 and the other 15 minutes was Sword and Shield. And so the narrative of Pokemon is too big for Nintendo Directs. Nintendo Directs have been around since 2011. Pokemon Directs have been around since 2013. These are not new things. Every single year, a Nintendo Direct has covered Pokemon, except for this year. Nothing has really changed this year except one, COVID, from everything that's happened, and game companies are playing catch up. And number two, there's only been 2 Directs this year. There hasn't been a lot. Usually there's 4 in a year. If you can go to a Wikipedia and look, there's usually a lot of Directs. Were 4 this year, but 2 were indie Directs, which were focused on like your Stardew Valleys or your Deltarunes and stuff. But I would wager to guess there hasn't been a lot of Directs this year is because all these game developers are still struggling to catch up because of like COVID and everything. Like people are behind. We know this is happening where like the game rollout's going to be a little bit slower. Because video game companies have been saying that. So this silly narrative of like, well, Pokemon is too big for Nintendo Directs. You're wrong. It's fine. It's okay to be wrong. Now that you have this information that I've shared with you, or you could just go to the Wikipedia and look at how many times a Nintendo Direct has covered Pokemon stuff in the last 10 plus years. You now have that information. Enjoy it. Arcanine is a giant Pokemon, and a 59-inch plush is coming to the Pokemon Center. It's $450. Greg, how many did you order?
Right now, I have ordered 10. 5 for me and 5 to sell on the eBay market.
Smart choice.
Makes sense.
Here's the thing. There is no way my dogs would not attack this.
Wait, why? Because it looks like a dog, or just because it's a stuffed
it's
animal?
It's a big stuffed thing that's very, very, very furry. And it is so cute, but every ounce of that says, this is something I should chew on. But yeah, I'm not that big of an Arcanine fan to pay $450 to lead on a big Arcanine.
As somebody with a giant Meowth plush.
Where is Giant Meowth?
Which somebody bought for you.
Yes.
Giant Meowth is sacked out on that chair in the living room. Don't you follow the
yeah.
stories?
Yeah, he's
forgot
in the living room right now. The problem with these is there's just nowhere to put them.
Well,
Your
if you
bed.
have one,
Your couch.
you have room to put it. When you
It
have 6,
literally takes up the entire couch.
Yeah, and you get to cuddle with it. My
God.
husband also takes up much of the couch, and I don't say I don't have a place for him in my life.
He does move from room to room like Giant Meowth does when I don't know where to put him.
Yeah, exactly. What is the difference between the plush and the person I married?
I think the plush signifies that you're poor, not because of the price, but because your house is not big enough to store it.
What does that have to do with poverty?
Like if I had a mansion with like this bedroom that was like 2,000 square feet, which my house isn't even like 1,000 square feet, I would be like, I can decorate my huge bedroom. I'm gonna like you remember like Nintendo commercials for like Ring Fit Adventure?
Yes.
Or like literally anything, and you look into their like like 1,500 square foot living room with like perfect sunlight and one couch in the center, and they have more than enough space to like play Ring Fit and have
an
all
open
this
set in a warehouse. They built 2 walls and we're like, that's good enough for this commercial.
right. But no one has this living room except for rich people. And if you're only living in like an 800 square foot apartment, you buy the Arcanine. Well, now your apartment's only 600 square foot because the Arcanine's taking up 200 of it.
Life choices. Life choices. True.
Look, when you move here and build Streamer House for all of us to live in, we will have a room that is just for giant plushies.
Okay.
And when you need one for stream, you go to the plushie room. You go in there and you walk amongst the animals, grab what you need for your stream that day. It's ideal. That's how I also know you made it.
All right.
I mean, I agree with that sigh. Yes.
Yeah.
It's $450. You can pre-order it now. It ships in May.
Hey,
Dang.
everybody. Guess whose birthday's in May?
Do you really want a 200 square
No.
foot Arcanine?
Do not, because my dogs will eat it.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live.
All right, I gotta find a project for me to do during this conversation.
Sweet.
We'll also continue adding
also,
more
Echo is
Nintendo
pretty cool.
64 games such as The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and F-Zero X.
Oh, that
as
F-Zero
well
game
as
is
other
good.
Nintendo 64 and Genesis games going
Snap.
forward.
I'm holding my breath for more Pokemon games. Just now.
Furthermore, we've prepared Nintendo 64 and Genesis controllers to ensure the games can be played with the same style controls from their original releases.
Wait, they're releasing a new 64 controller?
Both can be used wirelessly.
I kind of want to get that.
These controllers will be
$50
available for purchase by any
Nintendo, are you
Nintendo
out
Switch
of your
online
mind? You want me to pay a
We hope you
yearly
look forward to this
membership
new
and
membership plan.
$50?
Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack.
Are you guys insane?
Let's see a few more Nintendo Switch headlines.
I don't like Pokemon Snap that much. And we are back from our break. Will, they did it.
They,
Put away-
we didn't know that. We thought it wouldn't happen. We thought it couldn't happen. Not in our lifetime, at least.
Put away the knitting, the yarn. It is time to talk about the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Greg, time to throw away the magic cards. You're all in. Here we go. It's happening.
If there is a viable Rosalia deck, then I'm in. And until that happens, I'm out.
I
What
mean,
about
you can-
Catterday? Catterday was a good deck.
No,
that's true.
I
but
watched
you
you
could
play Catterday, and it was bad.
That
you
was
could
good.
tech Rosalia into any deck.
Yeah, we'll
Greg.
we'll build you a Rosalia deck. This is the turning point. The 25th anniversary is saved. This is not a joke. This is it.
This made your life so much better. Everything
did
you've
the
wanted
thing.
from life.
But we
You
haven't
can
touched
retire.
it yet.
That's true. It could be bad.
Could be very bad.
It could be very bad. I have the press release here. Let's go through the press release before we start getting into opinions.
Where's the press release? I want to see this thing.
I'll link it. I have a more bullet point email press release, but here it's everything. Everything's on here too. All right. So it says, today we have announced the Pokemon TCG Live, a new app that trainers will enjoy the Pokemon trading card game in an updated digital format, playable on smartphones, tablets, PC, coming to Pokemon.com. Also, for anyone listening, if you're not into the TCG, I get it. It's very complicated. It's a lot. The whole reason why for several years on this program, people would ask me on Twitter, or they come into my Twitch streams, they'd be like, what do you want most from the Pokemon Company? Be like, do you want Diamond and Pro Remix? Do you want Black and White? No, I don't want any of that. I want a new TCG client. I said this. I rillaboommed my chest for years about this. This is what I want. I want a new TCG client because the current TCGO was launched in, I think, 2009 or something like that. It's like...
It's very old.
Running on hamsters. It was awful. But the reason I loved it so much is because, one, you could actually play matches, especially in a post-pandemic world. It was, and especially before a post-pandemic world, it was hard to find people in your city who played the game and who you wanted to tolerate and be around.
True.
and who understood the rules. So the Pokemon trading card game can be very complicated and intimidating. And the only good thing that TCGO really did was make sure you follow the rules, and it taught you the rules really well. Even though everything in that game looked bad, the wood texture was like from 1942. Like the tutorial and teaching you how to play the game, like it did it so well.
Yeah. I learned from it.
That was like the one redeeming feature here. So some key features here. Oh, actually, let's finish the press release. Trainers of all skill levels will enjoy the new Pokemon TCG Live. Name could use some work. Those who are just getting started with the TCG will find it easy to learn, while experienced players will discover the fresh challenge to improve and test their skills. In addition to familiar activities like battling and deck building, trainers can personalize their experience with customizable avatars and accessories. The TCG Live will be updated periodically with new content features following the initial launch to continuously offer new challenges and experience. With the arrival of TCG Live, the Pokemon TCG Online will be retiring. Download access will be removed from the App Store, Google Play, and Pokemon.com. Shortly prior to the launch, existing TCG Online players will be easily able to transfer their accounts and game data to TCG Live upon its release. So far, so good. Perfect. The TCG cards from Sword and Shield, as well as the cards from Sun and Moon Lost Thunder through Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse, are transferable and playable live at launch. That's technically accurate of what the meta is currently. Cards earlier from Sun and Moon series, as well as X and Y and Black and White, will be transferable at launch but not be playable until a future update. Players will only be able to transfer up to 4 unique copies of Pokemon TCG cards, 1 copy of an A-Specs, 1 copy of a Prism. That's technically true. You can only play one of those cards anyways. 59 copies of a Basic Energy, and additional copies will not be transferred. So some key features here is it'll be free to play without any in-app purchases. This is very confusing. We'll get to that. There will be both ranked and casual modes, which is awesome.
Boy.
So in PTCGO, there was only the ladder. The ladder was theoretically ranked, but you would never see your ranking. So, and there was no way to see your ranking, and there was no way to know exactly when it reset. People kind of speculated and narrowed it down, but ideally, there was like an ELO system. Let's just say I'm gonna have to explain ELO real quick. So in chess or League of Legends or any other competitive game, you would normally start at like a 1200 ranking. And if you lose, you would lose 10 points. So you would go to 1190. And if you won, you would win 10 points. You would go to 1210. And ideally, the game would pair you against people who have similar ELOs. So if you were really, really good and you had an ELO of 1400, which is 200 points above average, the game would try to pair you against other people with an ELO of 1400. And in reverse, if you were very bad at TCGO, and you had an ELO of 1100, 100 points under average, it would try to pair you against the similar people, right? So it's a way to balance and make games fair. The thing about PTCGO is that system existed, but you could never see it, and you never knew where you were at. But it was very obvious if you were so when I stepped away from PTCGO for 6 years. When PTCGO launched, I was redeeming cards and I was playing, and I had a bunch of cards, and then I stopped playing. And then when Sun and Moon came out and the TCG got good again, because spoiler, the X and Y TCG was very bad, I played a Drampa deck. I can't remember what it was. It was Drampa with double colorless. There was another Pokemon, and I won 30 games in a row. And the reason I won 30 games in a row wasn't because I was using the best deck or because whatever. It's because I had a fresh ELO. and so they were pairing me against all people with that ELO, and I just knew how to play the game. It wasn't because I was like magically good or it was like, the rest is like, it's just my ELO was like low and I was able to just go through it. And then I got to people that weren't then my skill set. And then it ended up being like 50-50. So they're doing a ranked and they're doing casual. That's awesome. Skilled based matchmaking. They said those words. Okay. They said there's going to be a battle pass, which every game under the sun has a battle pass now.
Well, it's a gacha now. So yeah.
And they said no more pack RNG or trading. The PTCG Live, boy, that does the TCG Live.
Yeah,
that doesn't PTCG doesn't really roll off the tongue. Will not have player-to-player trading. Extra copies of the cards are converted to credits, which can be exchanged to obtain copies of any owned or unowned card. Okay, this is probably the thing that either people are really into or really not into.
Well, really happy about or really unhappy about.
Yeah, and I believe Magic Arena does the same exact thing. There's no trading in Magic Arena. If you get extra cards, they get turned into credits or dust, and you can exchange. Hearthstone also does that. Like Hearthstone, you can like dust a bunch of cards and then use that to buy other stuff. Greg, as a non-TCG player, is this good? Are you interested in trading, or are you interested in just buying what you're missing?
The answer is buying what you're missing.
In general, I always will just buy what I'm missing because I find trading sometimes to be a very frustrating experience. I'm changing on that, but usually, like my go-to is whatever I'm missing, I just buy it. And just be like, okay, I know they have it. They've listed the quality that it's in. Done.
Well, so the issue is trading in PTCGO was, number one, it was like, I can't, what is the word? Like
awful.
It was bad, but it was like, if you were new and you didn't understand, like have a really firm grasp of the understanding the value of things, it was just confusing as all heck, because like, why is one pack of this particular set, which randomly when you open it could be a bunch of garbage, but why is that worth like 4 super hollow extra rare VMAXs, right? Why is that trade, the whole value exchange system represented in the PTCGO trades, it was just awful, and it was too easy for people to get scammed, really.
This is the thing I would compare PTCGO to. Bear with me here. Packs of cigarettes in prison.
Close. I agree.
Greg's, for the audio listeners, Greg's mind is about to explode.
There has to be a better.
No, it's that's pretty close. Although, like, yeah, and you have like individual cigarettes versus a pack of cigarettes, but you have to imagine that either the pack of cigarettes could have like 8. Obviously, there's going to be like 18 that are unsmokable.
Bad.
And then 19th is good, and like 20th is awesome and worth the value of like all the other cigarettes combined. Or you might get 20 cigarettes that just aren't even worth a full pack.
Yeah, you don't know if those cigarettes were soggy or not.
Exactly.
They could be stale too. You don't know what you're getting. They could have been stale cigarettes. Okay. When I got back into TCGO around Drampa time, before Drampa and after Drampa, there was a website that would list prices for booster packs. So here's the thing. I know the people that are like screaming about no trading. I feel for you. There is a fun system to trading. and they're like looking at the trade board. It can be exciting, and like trying to find good deals can be exciting. Like we've all window shopped on eBay and stuff like oh, somebody miscategorized this. But there's also the thing on eBay where you're like, cool, a PS5 for only $300, and then you didn't read it, and it says like PS5 box only, and then you get a cardboard box for $500. Like both of those exist. Like it's really easy to get scammed. It was also not that easy to find deals, but when you found a deal, you felt like you've accomplished everything in life. But as like an average player, or maybe somebody who just dabbles with the trading card game like for a month and then waits till a new set comes out and then comes back for a month, it was like to go to a website. That website doesn't exist anymore. To go to a website and be like, okay, Emerging Powers is worth 0.5 and Noble Victors is worth 3 and Boundaries Cross is worth 4, and the card I'm looking for is Full Art Lysander, and Full Art Lysander is worth 17. So I have like 40 Crimson Invasions, but Crimson Invasion is only worth 0.100001 because it's a garbage set. But if I take 45 Crimson Invasions and then stick on 1 Dark Explorers, and Dark Explorers is worth 15, I can maybe trade for Lysander. You had to go to a website to figure this out, because you're like, I don't know how much Full Art Cynthia is worth. 64. Okay, do I want 64 Sun and Moon Alola's Vacation, or do I want Evolving Skies?
But
This
even
is why
worse
I
than
just
this,
buy the cards I want, because this
even worse
this
than all that
cigarette
though.
madness is enough.
But it's like also, you couldn't like I need Charizard, right? I need Charizard to finish my deck. There is no way that I could just easily go and say, I need Charizard. What can I pay for a Charizard? Right? I can look at all the posted trades, and once again, there's no, as Steve was saying, there's no internal to PTCGO value reference. So I have to look at those and say, all right, what makes sense? And then it's like, can I buy packs in PTCGO that I can then trade for? Well, what if nobody wants to trade Charizard for packs? What if they only want to trade it for other specific cards, and I don't have those specific cards? I can't get Charizard. It was just like obnoxious.
Like, I think that's the biggest thing too, is if you're just getting into PT, like let's say you took a year off. You skipped all of Sun and Moon, the Sword and Shield. You like the cards. They made an amazing Roselia card. Greg, you're like, I want to build this Roselia deck. But you need Tapu Lele. And you're like, I don't have a Tapu Lele. I just started I didn't buy any Sun and Moon. Tapu Lele is rotated, by the way. Just bear with me for this example. But Tapu Lele was a very sought-after, very good card back in the day. You were like, I got my 4 Roselias. I got my 4 Rose Raids. I need 2 Tapu Leles for this deck. I don't know how much Tapu Lele is worth. I don't have any more booster packs. I don't have any good cards because I just started playing. So going to Will's example, how do I get this Tapu Lele? There's nothing in the game that requires, like, I can't trade. I don't have anything to trade. I don't have any booster packs to open. How do I get this? I can't play this deck, and I just can't get Tapu Lele. And I guess you could like make a Reddit account and be like, hey, does anyone have Tapu? Like it would be so hard to get 2 cards you're missing. And you might have a bunch of cards you don't care about, or you don't know what they're worth. Or like when I got back in, I had my friend Kid was watching my stream, and I was like, oh, I have like 40 dark patches. And I was like, oh, this person will give me 10 booster packs for a dark patch. Why would I not do that deal? And he was like, don't trade those dark patches. They're worth way too much. Like 10 booster packs is not worth it. You're getting scammed. But to me, as somebody who didn't play for several years, I was like, 10 booster packs for a dark patch? Like I got 40 dark patches in my basement right now. I bought a lot of Dark Explorers. I'm swimming in dark patches.
I got dark patches and the dark patches.
But like certain cards were just worth a lot because of Legacy or Expanded or whatever old format they called it. So I think this is better. I think the trading, I understand why people like trading. I loved checking the trade boards, but you can't say the game is going to be ruined because they're removing trading, and then also not accept that trading was preventing more players and more players is better. Like the more like this was the problem with Unite. I spent 8 hours on Unite, and I matched with the same people constantly.
Yeah.
And it's really discouraging to be like, I can't beat whoever this dude is on the other team that I keep running into. I lost. We can't beat this guy. He's too good. I don't know what he's doing. but like you want as many players in a game for your game to be healthy and for more people to get in and for it to be accessible. So if this is like the thing you have to give up, I think it's worth it. I think just being able to buy the Charizard you're missing to finish your deck, to play your deck that you're excited about, is way more important than just being like, well, I miss trading 18 booster packs for one card. Like, yeah, I get it, but
if you have, so this is one of my bigger things about all online things. If you have the card in real life, is there ever going to be a way to tell the system, I have this physical card?
I think that was kind of implied with the way they were talking about live. Is I think it's going to be they're moving towards the code cards in the packs will give you the cards that are in the packs. That's kind of what I picked. You didn't pick that up
it's
from what they were saying?
still RNG.
I thought they said they were moving away from RNG.
The pack will still give you. Gosh, how do I explain this? The you will still open booster packs in the game, but you can't get any more than 4 duplicates. So if you already got 4 Oddishes, you can't get a 5th Oddish. So that's the RNG they're getting rid of. It's that
helps.
So would it replace it with something else?
That we're unsure of. I'm trying to. They're like, gosh, Unite doesn't do this, but there are some. Masters does this. Masters does this when you're doing the like, you can keep opening on the current box, or you can skip to the next box.
Yeah.
But once you pull something from the box, you can't pull it again.
Right.
So if you pulled like 5 good things, well, like why would you still pull on that box? Everything else is garbage. Just move to the next one.
Right.
So I think it's more like that.
And see, this is what always sort of turns me off of online things is if I have a thing that I paid for, like I went to the store, I bought a pack, I got the cards that I wanted. I have no way of telling the app, I have these cards. I have to then do another random pack in there, and I may not get what I want. It is it is what's turned me off of MTG Arena Online. Is the same thing. It's like, no, I have this card. I pulled it, and I can't tell you that I have it. And some of these cards are like $50-$60. And then I would have to pay more money in your app to be able, like in Arena, you can craft it, but I have to pay to be able to craft it, even though I have it. That's like still one of the biggest disconnects for me about what turns me off of trying to do it both. Like I would probably end up playing Trading Card Game live, but I would then never play paper, right? Because I don't want to be paying for things twice.
Sure.
I don't want this experience of I have a thing in my hand and I have a thing online and they're the same thing, but I can't use them.
I would say with like PTCGO or even like games like Apex or Pokemon Unite, at a certain point you're no longer playing catch up. Like if you were getting 100, 200 booster packs, whether they were real booster packs or you just were buying code cards online, you usually had so much in your inventory for trading power. And at that point, if you're that kind of player, you probably understood how the trading board worked, that you probably wouldn't have to worry about like cards you're missing. Like you would have just so many. And the same thing for like Apex or Unite. Like if you grinded out your currency, you probably will never have to buy another character again. Like by the time a new character comes out, you will just have enough currency to unlock it for free and never have to worry about like giving the game money. The people who do have to, like your example, Greg, which I totally get, are like the people who like step away from a game for a while and then they come back and they're like, oh, I got to play catch up. And where do I start? Where do I go? What do I have to do to get this currency? So I hope with live that feels better, but again, like if I was playing Hearthstone for 6 months and then I walked away and for 2 years and then I come back, I'm sure all those cards are garbage. I'm sure if I broke them all down into crafting materials, I could barely buy anything that's currently good. So like I don't know, I don't even know where to start if I was to come back to Hearthstone. Like I think they have season passes in that game too. I guess you buy that and like
I don't
do that.
I don't remember. I haven't played Hearthstone in a very long time. I mean, but things like Hearthstone that really only have an online presence, I can accept that better because like I walked away. But if I walked away to play the paper version and then because of world events I went back, it frustrates me that there's no way to say I have been supporting you in IRL terms, in paper terms, still for the last 5 years, and that is meaningless for your online version. I don't know the solution to that, but it is a continual frustration I have of mine of card games that have both an online and a physical presence.
Well, when PTCGO shut down, the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online will sunset just prior to the launch of the Trading Card Game Live. More information will be shared soon. They said this is supposed to come out this year, so my guess would be the same weekend as Diamond and Pearl. There will also be a Community Day event there. There will also be a new Masters event that will be limited to 48 hours, and there will also be, I'm sure, a raid event in Sword and Shield. They'll do it all in the same weekend, and then
it's how Janine wants it. She likes to schedule her stuff all at the same time. Pokemon weekend.
Transferring accounts. Existing Pokemon TCG Online players will be easily able to transfer their accounts and game data to TCG Live upon release. Additional information, including exact timing, account migration, will be shared soon. How do I transfer my account? They will both use the Pokemon Trainer Club account service for login. When logging into PTCG Live for the first time ever, any TCG Online collection data will be automatically transferred. Is everything from my PTCG Online account transferable? What about my cards? Okay, this is where it gets a little weird again. So, TCG cards from Sword and Shield series, as well as select Sun and Moon series expansions from Sun and Moon Lost Thunder through Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse, are transferable and playable at launch. So that matches up currently with the current format. Cards in the Sun and Moon expansion, which is Sun and Moon through Dragon's Majesty, as well as X and Y and Black and White, are transferable, but are not playable. So you can play those cards anyways in Standard. Those cards were playable in Expanded, but Expanded, they're not getting rid of. It just won't be available at launch. But they said Expanded will be coming. Players will be able to transfer up to 4 copies of a card, 1 copy of an A-Spec card, 1 copy of a Prison card, 1 copy of each V-Union card, and 59 copies of Energy. We don't know if the Hollow Energy transfers. Hopefully they do, I'm assuming. Many coins, card sleeves, deck boxes are transferable with a maximum of 1 copy per item. Additional copies of coins, card sleeves, deck boxes will not be transferable. The TCG Online players will not be able to transfer the following content. Cards from Heart Gold Soul Silver series. This is when TCGO Online started with Heart Gold Soul Silver. That's actually when I got back into the game. Avatar items, unopened products and bundles, certain coins, card sleeves, deck boxes, in-game currency. Your friends list cannot transfer. Your saved deck list will not transfer, although you can export them to a text file and then copy and paste that text file into the new app, which is really useful to make decks. While unopened products and bundles are not transferable, players will receive a number of crystals in TCG Live that is proportional to the number of unopened packs. Crystals can then be redeemed for booster packs, promo cards, or special bundles. I believe it doesn't say here, but I believe you can do 125 booster packs. So if you have 125 unopened booster packs, that will transfer to crystals when the game comes out. If you have more than 125, it will only take 125. So what people are doing, I'm gonna spoil it for everyone. I'm gonna ruin the market here. Is they're going to eBay and they're buying code cards for Crimson Invasion because it is, no joke, the worst set ever. And you can get 100 code cards of Crimson Invasion for about $6. And that will transfer to, and don't open them, you just redeem them. And then when the game comes out, those booster packs will transfer to the new booster packs in the new game. So you can take, for $6, you can get 100 garbage booster packs. And then ideally when the new game comes out, you'll be able to trade those for current
Well,
booster
you get
packs.
all the you get the crystals, and then you'll be able to use the crystals. But what's
Yes.
going to happen is that transfer crystals won't be as good as bright blue crystals, which are the ones that you buy directly, and therefore one transfer crystal.
We have the currency here. We have the currency.
But is it going to be like a 1-for-1? Like,
No.
Is it so? You could have is it possible that you have 100 of the bad packs, and they're like, well, those are only worth 3 crystals, and the new packs are 5 crystals.
No. The Pokemon Trading Card Game online, all packs are 200 coins.
Yes.
Whether they're good or not. If Evolving Skies just came out, 200. Crimson Invasion still able to buy 200. Literally, I know it's a joke on the show. Not exaggerating. Crimson Invasion is the worst set they have released in like the last decade.
But I mean, I know that's how it is now, but do we know if that's what it's going to be?
I cannot imagine that like newer booster packs would be worth more than older booster packs since they've never done that in 11 years.
I mean, I can imagine it because I've seen it.
If anything, some older booster packs like Dark Explorers, which is an incredible set. That's the set that has Dark Patch. Those, when they brought that, they would bring Sableye, Darkrai.
Ooh, Sableye.
When they brought that back, they would keep it at 200 coins. But yeah, you're right. They could start changing it. I don't see why they would, since it seems like they're trying to make this as accessible as possible. There are different currencies here. There are 3 currencies. There's coins, which coins are technically in the current game. Coins can be earned by completing quests, leveling up, increasing your rank, and more. They can be exchanged for cool new apparel, emotes for your avatars, and deck customization like card sleeves and deck boxes. Crystals can be earned and completed by quests, by unlocking tiers on a battle pass. They can be exchanged in the shop for booster packs and special bundles, or they can be converted into coins. Crystals can also be exchanged for the premium pass, which increases the rewards for completing battle pass tiers. Credits are when a player receives a card they already own 4 of, except for A-Spec or Prism, which you can only have 1 of. Credits will take extra copies and convert them. More credits earned on converting a card is rare. So, like, I would assume, like, a rare card would give you more credits than a common card, obviously. Credits can also be earned by completing daily quests in the Battle Pass tiers, exchanging crystals for some items in the shop. Credits can be exchanged for any card in the deck editor. So credits
you can
are
directly buy a single using credits.
Credits are ultimately dust in Hearthstone. Because when you crush a card in Hearthstone, it turns dust, you exchange the dust. Crystals are for booster packs. And then coins are for like deck, like customization stuff. But you can't give this game money. So I'm confused of the battle pass. Because usually battle passes are like $10 for a season, and
Well, does it say that you can't buy the battle pass?
yeah, it says free to play without any in-app purchase was the first bullet point here. So I guess the battle pass would just be free, and then if you want to accelerate the battle pass, you can give crystals to accelerate the battle pass. But we also don't know, like, if you buy. So here's the thing: if you buy a booster pack, when you're redeeming the booster pack, are you redeeming it for a crystal and then you're exchanging the crystal for a booster pack, or are you redeeming the booster pack for a booster pack? Because when PTCGO first came out, you would redeem so when I was redeeming like Dark Explorers or Emerging Powers in the online game, it would let me use that to buy any booster pack I wanted. So I wouldn't want to buy more Emerging Powers because that set was garbage. I would want to buy more Dark Explorers. And then at a certain point, when you redeemed it, it would be 1-to-1. You're redeeming Evolving Skies, you're getting Evolving Skies. You're redeeming Noble Victors, you're getting Noble Victors. But when they first started off, it wasn't like that. So
Correct.
I don't know if they're going back to you redeem a booster pack and you get a crystal, or you redeem a booster pack and you get a booster pack. I would assume you get the same booster pack. But then where are the crystals coming from? Besides like leveling up your battle pass. But if you're needing crystals to also level, I don't know. It seems
We'll just have to find out over time.
Confusing.
I just don't get why they wouldn't want like why not just have it like $5 for a battle pass? What's the problem here? Like you already have Unite, you have Masters, you have Pogo. What is the problem with somebody paying $5 for a battle pass?
What is that first bullet point again?
The first bullet point is free to play without any in-app purchase.
Yeah, I think there's wiggle room to say there may be in-app purchases.
Yeah.
But in-app purchases aren't necessary ever to play.
Oh,
I would
I
probably
see.
have worded that as free to play without any in-app purchases required.
Required.
But
I
in-app
see. I think
purchases
that's what
are
they're saying.
available.
I think that will be available. Because everything else strongly suggests that there's going to be some sort of in-app purchase. So I think their first thing is you never have, like, same with Unite, you never have to buy anything to play the game. Right? Like, you can play
Usually
Unite.
they just say like free to play or free to start. And then they move on.
Yeah.
And then you go like, okay.
I mean, the intern thought that they were going to make the language better, make it fancier,
Yeah.
and they just used the wrong words. They put too many words in there.
They put too many words in it. I think there's going to be in-app purchases. Like, I feel there's wiggle room in that statement.
Can you buy the battle pass in Unite without spending money? You have to spend money, right?
You have to spend money.
You have to use gems.
have
Like you
to
can't
use gems.
earn you
No.
can't earn gems randomly. You
Nope.
have to buy them.
Yep.
Huh. The last thing here is the current market for PTCGO is completely in shambles because of this announcement. Because
Yeah.
nothing like people like you could only have 4 of a card, so if you're holding on to like 20 full art Cynthia, and Cynthia's worth a lot, or was worth a lot. I don't know if she was worth anything anymore. Back in the day, she was like worth 64 booster packs or whatever. Like, you're better off trying to unload those Cynthias for cards you're missing, but also everyone else is trying to unload cards.
But wait, I thought you got one of them for all your extras.
So if you have 20 Cynthias, they will only transfer 4 of the Cynthias, and the other 16 Cynthias are gone. They're garbage.
They're not giving you credit
Nope.
for. Oh, why did I hear that the wrong way?
So what you could do, so let's say you have a lot of like really decent cards. Let's say you have 20 Cynthias, 20 full art Cynthias. What you could do, just give them to a friend. Like, if you can't trade them, or if you can't, it is probably better for you to be like, hey, Will, I'm going to lose these, so I might as well give them to you so you have them in your collection, because they're literally useless to me. Or if you, like, for deck boxes or coins, like, there are some really rare and expensive coins and deck boxes, especially if you went to, like, a Worlds 2012 or a Worlds 2013. If you have, like, 4 of those deck boxes, like, trade them to somebody, because they're going to be gone. Like, I think I have, like, 3 sets of coins where I have like 2 of each, and they're pretty like, I don't know, valuable. I don't know, they're worth like 20 booster packs. They were worth 20 booster packs. They're probably worth nothing now.
For the booster pack bubble burst.
But anyways, this is super exciting. They're like doing it.
Yes. Something you've asked for years is finally coming true.
I am curious how the details will play out, but I think it's a good thing. I hope it meets 90% of what everybody wants from it.
I hope it's good. Well, it can't be bad because they obviously listen to the show and they're like, Steve would have never played this game if it was horizontal on the iPhone. So we're going to make sure that you can play it both horizontal and vertical on the iPhone. And I was like,
that's not going to happen.
No, you can play it both ways.
Dang.
They already showed that off. You can play the whole game vertical. And it's
so
great.
Small.
I know.
There's such a
He's got the mini iPhone as well, which is like extra small.
You don't need to look at everything at once.
Oh,
I
maybe
know what
you
my
don't.
Caterpie on the bench is doing.
I
Dying.
don't.
Chewing
I
on
need
a
to
little
know what your
leaf.
cat. What if it's doing something sneaky back there?
It's getting Knight's
What if it's
beard.
prepping a string shot from the bench that's gonna wreck my game.
Possibly.
Don't
All right,
apply
let's take
resistance or weakness to things on the bench.
Let's take one more break here. We will be right back. I feel like I should know what Bide does. What? And we are back from our break. October is Halloween, Pokemon Go. I don't know. There's some words there. I'll put them together.
Didn't we already talk about Duskull?
Yes,
yes.
Duskull
But now there's
Community
all
Day.
other kinds of stuff going on too.
Oh.
So this is off PokemonGoLive.com. October research breakthrough will be Yamask.
Which Yamask?
Just the regular one, it seems. For some reason, Yamask is rare in Poke. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. There will be a 1-coin bundle every Monday with a remote raid pass. So that's cool. Following Pokemon will be in raids. The mythical Pokemon Genesect holding a Douse Drive will appear in 5-star raids from October 1st through October 12th. It will not be shiny. They say that.
I already got a shiny Genesect.
Boo.
I don't need your garbage non-shiny one.
Altered form Giratina will appear from the 12th through the 22nd. If you're lucky, you may find a shiny one.
Ooh, nice.
Darkrai that knows the attack Sludge Bomb will appear from the 22nd through November 5th. This is the first time Darkrai will appear in Pogo with this attack. If you're lucky, you might find a shiny one. Mega Gengar will appear from October 1st through October 22nd. Mega Absol will... This is the first time that Absol can be Mega? They're not like... There's like no fanfare here. It just says Absol will appear from the 22nd to the 5th. Like, usually they hype that up. No love for Absol, I guess. Raid hours. So October 6th will be Genesect. October 13th. This is every Wednesday night. October 13th will be Giratina. October 20th will be Giratina. October 27th will be Darkrai. The Spotlight hours here. Dang, Pokemon Go just has so much stuff. Spotlight hours. October 5th will be Drifloon. Twice the XP for evolving. 12th will be Ghastly. Twice the Stardust for catching. 19th will be Gothita. Is that the middle one? No, that's the normal one. Twice the XP for catching. 26th will be Murkrow. Twice the XP for evolving. Community Day will be Duskull. You will get bonus Sinnoh Stones that day. And it will have the move Shadow Ball. And there will be a movie tie-in from October 1st through October 10th for the latest film, Pokemon the Movie, Secrets of the Jungle, which will release globally on Netflix. Sorry. The event will be globally. but the Netflix one, I'm not sure if that's global. I don't know if Netflix rules are really weird.
True.
So I don't want to say that will be on all
in
services.
In this thing, it says Pokemon the Movie Secrets of the Jungle releasing globally on October 8th on Netflix. That's what the sentence says.
Yeah, it's just Journeys isn't. And
Well,
I can't remember if Mewtwo was. I don't think
globally
Mewtwo was
where
globally
available.
Globally,
Yeah,
except in the
globally.
countries.
Where
I
it's
mean,
not
as long as it
allowed.
hits a few places around the globe, you can make a circle.
As long as it's one place outside the United States, it's global.
Yes, correct.
Niantic's birthday is October 6th. There will be a free box that you can get between 11 to 5 that day.
It's Niantic's birthday, but we're getting the
Wow.
presents.
That is very specific. Somebody needs to remind
It's
me on
during
that
business
day.
hours. It's only when the shop is open.
Yeah.
There will be a Halloween event from the 15th through the 31st. Costume Pokemon will return for a spooky event. More details to come soon. And the movie tie-in, we talked about that. So we can flip over to the movie stuff. So from October 1st through October 10th, a limited special research story will be available. You can complete this to encounter Zarude and to help Professor Willow learn more about the rogue monkey Pokemon. This is the first time the Dark and Grass mythical Pokemon will be available in Go. Note, you can obtain this special research only during the event, but once you have it, you can complete it at any time. Will.
I mean, as usual, yes.
Yeah.
Don't be Zarude.
Valid.
Encounter Pokemon related to Pokemon the movie, including Hoot Hoot, Combee, Drillbur, Cottony, Dwebble, and more Pokemon frequently appearing in the wild. If you're lucky, you may encounter a Larvitar.
Cramorant.
They
No,
did not list
Cramorant's
Cramorant, and I'm
not
very
listed
upset
in
about
there.
this. Explorer Pikachu will make its return. If you're lucky, you may find a shiny Explorer Pikachu. Pokemon seen in the movie will appear in raids throughout the event. Explorer Pikachu, Larvitar, Roggenrola, Fungus, and Rufflet will appear in 1-star raids. Lickitung, Chansey, Pinsir, Ludicolo, and Flygon will appear in 3-star raids. Jesse and James will continue their hijinks from last year. Keep an eye out for snapshots. Watch out for Meowth Balloon. Jesse and James will be appearing in their Meowth Balloon until Friday, October 15th. You can get field research from Pokestops, including Audino, Rufflet, and more. They've said 17 times in this press release you could encounter a shiny Rufflet. Just to be clear, Rufflet's been shiny for a year. But they want you to know that
I've
could
never seen one.
if you're lucky, trainers. There will be a new free avatar item in the Style Shop, including the Adventure Hat and the Whalmer Water Bottle. Be sure to watch Pokemon the Movie Secrets of the Jungle on Netflix on October 8th. Be aware of your surroundings.
While watching the movie on
While
Netflix.
watching the movie.
Please be aware of your surroundings. Global network Netflix.
This is happening.
I'm surprised they didn't in the webpage bring up that they're also continuing the Hoopa research.
They are. Look, we already read a lot.
Yes.
It's a big month for Pokemon Go.
As it should be. They've neglected October for many years, and now they're just getting it
Now they're
all
like,
in all at
here's
once.
5 years worth of content.
We finally figured out October should have a ghost Pokemon.
Yes.
And a dark monkey.
That's pretty much all the news that we got.
Reasonable.
So, I don't know. I feel like we made fun of the 25th, but new TCG app, Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Snap.
No,
Diamond and Pearl.
No. You can't.
No. They're not
Just-
25th anniversary branded.
Yes.
They could have happened at any time.
Yes. Also, you can't. They're dumping all this stuff in October, November. You can't be like, oh, we did the 25th anniversary. Oh yeah, December 31st, we threw a 25th anniversary gala celebration. Too late. Too Late.
They should have done a little bit more earlier this year. I agree.
Yeah, it should have been spaced out instead of, oops, all anniversary events in the last 2 months of the year.
I will say I'm a little worried that the TCG will be very close to Diamond and Pearl, but like they probably could have fit the TCG in between Snap and Unite. Unite's only 60 days old, so
Right. I mean,
But-
they could. I mean, it's sometime this year. It could be December when we get that app.
maybe December's better. But the problem with December is we get Diamond and Pearl in November,
Yes.
and then we get Legends in January.
Yes.
The end of January.
Yeah, it feels very tight. As somebody who likes all aspects of Pokemon, it feels tight. If you don't care about the TCG, then whatever. Easy to move on. Question of the week.
What's the question of the week? Let's have the question of the week.
Is that Lil Nas X?
Maybe.
This is from Kevin. What's an outfit or piece of clothing from the Pokemon franchise you would wear?
There is so much in Galar that I would wear and have worn throughout my life.
Haven't I already answered this?
No?
I mean, you did the veteran.
Gen 5
yeah.
Pokemon Veteran. Yes, black and white Pokemon Veteran.
We haven't had this question before.
No,
No, but
he's just answered it before.
when we were answering another question, yes.
Yes. Like a full outfit, that's tougher. There's a lot of ace trainers that I like, but there's a ton of really great items in Galar that I would definitely wear.
I mean, probably Drayden is my style. Very simple, classic, American.
Of the weird sweatshirts, what is the one that I'm thinking of? Is it the king? Is it
I mean, I like the
no.
T-shirts from Galar that have
Yeah.
like all the different Pokemon
Yeah.
on them doing stuff.
No, it's the boat neck sweatshirt, the Mischief Maker that has Impidimps in the flowers.
Yeah.
I would wear that in a minute.
Can I say
that is
I would
so
be
cool.
like the Poke Nerd and the half Charizard outfit? You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, was
Yes.
it half Charizard or was it half Kangaskhan?
There's a
There's a Charizard one, and there's just a general dinosaur one.
There's no such thing as a general dinosaur in the Pokemon world. It refers
No, it's
to
like-
something.
It's like green, I think. I think it's Super Nerd Pokemon.
well, because Super Nerd is a trainer class, but there is. I know the one that you're talking about, and I don't think it's the nerd class.
No, it is not Super Nerd.
It is. What is
Pokemaniac.
Is it
Oh,
Pokemaniac?
Pokemaniac.
Yeah.
Pokemon. Where's Pokemaniac at? I got the
Yes.
list here. I got like Rich Boys.
Oh, I do see one in a
Yeah.
green dinosaur
There's a
suit.
weird green
Yeah.
dinosaur half one.
That's like a Larvitar.
It kind of. Okay, so here's the question: when you say you'd wear the half Charizard, are you talking about the big bulky pants, or the hat and the smaller pants?
No. So there's one that has like it literally looks like the lower half of a Charizard with
Yeah.
including tail, and then he's wearing a Charizard T-shirt with a Charizard face on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
the big
I would
bulky
wear
pant.
that.
Okay.
But I do like in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, it's just a whole Slowpoke cosplay.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
The Slowpoke
That-
cosplay is very good.
That's looking good.
Yeah, so the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Pokemaniac, I like that. That's a very good drawing. Like big pants, Charizard shirt, screaming in the air. Yeah. I'm trying to remember which Ace Trainer outfit that I liked in Let me look them up.
Yeah, all the Ace Trainer stuff is good.
I really like the Ace Trainer snow outfits from, I think that was, is that Diamond and Pearl?
I think it was Diamond Pearl.
Yeah. I really like that outfit. I really liked the overworld model, the Ace Trainer outfits from X and Y. I think those were excellent as well. They're very fancy. I don't like the one, as much as I love Gen 3, I've never liked the cool trainer outfits from Emerald and Pearl. They're too jumpsuity.
I see which ones you're talking about. Yeah, they're a little weird.
They're not my favorite. I would definitely rock the X and Y ones, and I would definitely have the snowsuit ones from
The Ace Trainers from Black White 2 are very good.
Yeah, those are very good. And you were veteran, right? Veteran from Gen 5.
Black and
right?
white, yeah.
Yeah. That is a very good outfit. I would also remember the outfits from Pokemon Battle Revolution?
Yeah,
The
unfortunately.
I still really like the Rose Raid outfit from that. I would wear that for a costume party. What was her name?
Only one question on YouTube this week. Hey, YouTube, you're slacking. You gotta leave your questions and hit the like button and the subscribe and everything. This is from Ollie. Why don't we have more Cafe Mix news?
Because nobody likes the game.
They just rebooted it. We're catching up.
Yeah, let the reboot happen and sit for a while. Let people get used to it and complain that it's horizontal and not vertical, which is
Yeah,
the
that makes sense.
weirdest complaint in the world. And then they'll suddenly be like, oh, hey, here's 50 new Pokemon that we're releasing into the game.
Remember when Will and I were in a shuffle? It's a good time.
Oh, man. I played Shuffle every single day until I hit a wall.
Oh, Shuffle. I thought I was thinking, did you ever play Shuffle?
No, I played Cafe Mix. Cafe Mix just reminds me that Shuffle was the better game. Scratch that puzzle itch better. I love the Shuffle. Anyways, Will,
Love the
Pokemon
Shuffle
of the week.
So last week's Pokemon was a list of irrelevant references to the particular Pokemon of the week. From clue number 1, it occupies spot 001 in the Coastal Kalos Pokedex. You knew that it's not an evolution, because why would they start with something as an evolution? That's fine. I mentioned that it's part of the Amorphous Egg group, which it shares with Misdreavus, which is a ghost type, but it doesn't share with other cousins, meaning that there are no flying types in the Amorphous Egg group. Fluctuating level rate. I mean, if you know about all the different leveling rates for the different Pokemon, that might have helped you. It has no footprint, only hands, meaning it has no feet. There you go. Made a reference to NPC appearance in Pokemon Stadium 2 stage of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, if you ever played that game. Then I made references to its Pokédex entries and its fondness for children, where it's either trying to befriend one or abduct one. And in Pokemon Snap, since there are no children, it's trying to abduct another Pokemon. And finally, it is a hat-wearing Pokemon. There you go.
It's
Binacle.
Binacle.
It's Drifloon.
Binacle does not wear a hat.
It could.
It could. Why don't
If it wore a
shame
hat,
it?
would it actually wear 2 hats?
No, it's only got one head, but it's the hands with
yeah.
the eyes that freak people out. It's very Pan's Labyrinth.
That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
it's too
only
deep,
will ever
though.
watch it once because I don't want to go through the emotional labor of watching it again. It's an excellent movie.
Well, you don't like horrors,
No, true.
which is why I still mystery over your husband, but sure. He loves
Drifloon?
horrors.
He does. Opposites attract.
Oh.
Drifloon was the first Gen 4 Pokemon to be revealed in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In the Japanese version of Pearl's Pokedex entry, Drifloon specifically takes children to the world of the dead instead of just trying to steal them away in the English version. However, in the release of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the description along with Drifloon's trophy states that it is taking children to the underworld. Drifloon shares its category with Igglybuff, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, and Quillfish. They're all known as the balloon Pokemon. Drifloon and its evolved form are the only Pokemon not introduced in Gen 3 to be found in the Fluctuating Experience group. They're also the only flying and ghost-type Pokemon in the Fluctuating Experience group.
I feel like World of the Dead and the Underworld is just... it's the same thing.
Splitting hairs,
It's
yeah.
splitting hairs. Shiny, I really do like the Drifloon Shiny. It is very good.
Is
I
it a
also
golden
like-
one?
Yes, the golden one.
Nice.
Very cute. Also, great shuffle icon. Is that a hat? I always thought it was hair.
Nah, balloons don't have hair.
Pokemon have hair?
It's got a little cloud hat.
It's clouds.
Yeah, but I always thought it was hair, not a hat.
Do you think he could brush it?
It's got hands. Yeah.
You think you could style it?
Yeah, that's going to be the Husui.
Oh, you know, speaking about clothes,
Oh,
Pokemon
here we
Unite's
go.
ruined Pokemon for me. You put
Because
a
of all the
Venusaur
good
in a
clone?
suit, and then you take Venusaur out of the suit, and you're like, what?
Oh, okay, here, do you dress your cats in clothes?
No.
So,
Yeah,
if
but I
you
would
put-
imagine if I put my cat in a gangsta suit or whatever Venusaur's wearing in Unite, and then he's wearing it for a while, and then I take my cat out of the suit, then I'd be like, you don't have clothes on anymore.
And?
It's very weird. It's weird looking at Venusaur with no clothes on anymore. That's what I'm saying.
It is natural for Venusaur to not be wearing clothes.
Yes.
And your shaming of their free and aerated body has no place in this podcast.
The Venusaurian body is not gross.
Correct.
Thank you.
Venusaur's
The
got
Venusaurian
dump truck
body
back
is
there. I'll tell you that much.
beautiful.
Yeah, put some
As
pants on
all frogs do.
All right. On that note, let me
that.
read
Yeah, hurry
you
up,
this
otherwise
week's
Will's
Pokemon
cat
of the week.
is gonna murder him during this recording.
Basically. While researching this week's Pokemon, I came across this interesting snippet from Wikipedia. In place of the Pokemon's name, I will use the name Brian. Gilbert or Giselbert de Brian, Count of I and of Brian, circa 1000 to circa 1040, was an influential nobleman in the Duchy of Normandy in northern France. He was one of the early guardians of Duke William II in his minority, and a first cousin to William's father, Duke Robert. Had Lord Brian not been murdered, the senior house of De Clare would probably have been titled De Brian. Lord Brian was the first to be known by the cognomen Crispin because of his hairstyle, which stood up like the branches of a pine tree. It is also intriguing to me that Brian is one of only two mammalian species to be featured as starters for this type, which started with reptiles but also includes amphibians and birds, but no fish yet. Even with the lack of fish, Brian's family line are the only ones that could technically be said to have fin-like appendages. I had originally thought of selecting Brian as the Pokemon of the week over a week ago, but the decision was cinched when I recently battled Pokemon breeder Elena in Ballinlee, and she gave me an Eviolite for defeating her Dottler. That's so much information.
I love Brian.
Brian, yes, I could see it.
All right, well, we
That was
will
a
be
lot.
back next week.
You sound so sad about that.
Unfortunately, we will be back next week. Thank you guys for listening. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hey, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment, like the thing, do that stuff. It's really, really helpful. Especially going into a new game, I would assume that people will be looking for Pokemon stuff, and here we are. We're here. Hello. So thank you for listening. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts and you want to help out, feel free to leave us a review if you're an Apple Podcast listener. That also helps us out. So thank you to the couple people who left reviews this past month. Otherwise, if you want to follow Greg on Twitter at White Wing, if you want to follow Will on Twitter at Washing the Sink, but just don't tweet to him, he'll block you. If you want to follow me on Twitter at Drinking Lake. Otherwise, PKMNcast on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Probably something else I can't think of. But thank you. We will see you guys next week. This has been another episode of the Pokemon Podcast, and we are
super effective.
Super. How many cigarettes do I need for that VMAX Charizard, though?